everybody, welcome back to the Aftermath. Today we're going to be talking about the Angels. The Angels last season went 72-90 with the .444 PCT. They were 35 games back from the Houston Astros, who of course made it to the World Series but lost to the Washington Nationals. The Angels are a pretty good team. They have amazing defense, great defense. Maybe except for Pujols at first, I think that they need to definitely pick up a first baseman. Hopefully they still have the chance to do this offseason, but if not, Pujols is fine for the time being. But the Angels are a great team. They recently signed 3 more really good guys who I think are going to improve their team tremendously. They signed Julio Teheran, Dylan Bundy, and Anthony Rendon. Now, all those guys are absolutely incredible. Maybe besides Dylan Bundy. Dylan Bundy's had a rough few years in Baltimore, but hopefully he can turn his career around and do some good stuff with the Angels here. Anyway, we're going to hop right into some stats. First, we're going to talk about Dylan Bundy. Probably the worst pickup of this offseason for the Angels, but still definitely a good pitcher. It's better than nothing. I think that he's going to be a good addition for the Angels. I think he's better than what they have currently. So I'm excited to see him pitch in Anaheim. I think he's going to do much better than he did in Baltimore. But anyway, let's go over some stats. Last season, he had 161.2 innings pitched, 161 hits given up. He had 162 strikeouts, 58 base on balls, 29 home runs given up with a 4.79 ERA. Wow, there's a lot to talk about here. I think that the innings pitched was excellent, to say the least. I think that he had 161 hits. That's a hit an inning. He probably bring those down a bit. That's just my opinion. If you have a different opinion, let me know down in the comments below. But I think he needs to bring those down. A strikeout an inning, that's excellent. Then you can get the double play ball with your hits an inning. So that's fine. If he can leave it at that, that's great. But strikeouts are good, but just needs to give those base hits, just bring those down a bit. 29 homers, that's all right. I think that's pretty tough for the division there, and they're in a really good division with the Tampa Bay Rays, the New York Yankees, and the Boston Red Sox. So I think that division is stacked. So the fact that he got through that with only 29 home runs is pretty big, actually. So I think that's good for that, just for that league. And the base on balls also makes sense for that league because they're power hitters in that league. Players like J.D. Martinez, Aaron Judge, Mookie Betts, Andrew Benintendi, those are all massive players. I think that he did pretty well for the division that they're in. And I think that he's going to do much better in Anaheim with a little bit easier division. He's still got the Houston Astros in there who are stacked all the way through, but I think that he's going to do much better in Anaheim. Now we're going to move over to Julio Teheran. Julio Teheran last season had a pretty good season with the Atlanta Braves. Of course, the Atlanta Braves made it to the ALDS, losing to the St. Louis Cardinals in 5 games. So they put up a pretty good fight there, but just couldn't come through with it. I think Julio Teheran did a great job with them last season. I think that a pickup for the Angels is going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing them over with the Angels. So let's go over some stats. 174.2 innings pitched, 148 hits, 162 strikeouts, 83 base on balls, 20 new homers, and a 3.81 ERA. I think the innings pitched is great for the Angels. I think that they definitely need more innings pitched. Because I think that their rotation, their bullpen is working way too hard that they actually need to. I think they have Andrew Heaney in there who's going to do well for them, Dylan Bundy in there who's also going to do well. So as long as those players do well, they could have a pretty good season. Their offense is going to be stacked with Anthony Rendon, Andrelton Simmons, and Albert Pujols, not to mention Mike Trout. So I think their offense is going to be stacked. If their defense can shut it down, Andrelton Simmons might be one of the best defensive shortstops in the entire game. Anthony Rendon is just probably the greatest third baseman in the current game right now. I think Matt Chapman's up there as well, but I definitely think that Anthony Rendon, for the time being, is the best. But that's, of course, just my opinion. 162 strikeouts, though. I think that that's going to be really good for the Angels. I think they need more strikeouts. I think they give up too many hits. But he only gave 148 hits. That's less than a hit an inning. So that's really good. Nice job, Julio Teheran. 83 base on balls. Those definitely need to come down. I mean, he wasn't in that tough of a division. Of course, they won their division to go to the ALDS. But still, I think that they should have done better there. 22 homers, though. That's good. I think you can bring that down just a tiny bit, but I think that that's really good. 3.18 ERA. I think that's excellent. I think that he could bring that down just a tad bit, maybe just a 3 flat. But I think that that's beyond what the Angels need. I think they just need someone who can strike out batters and just do well there. Not to mention he's 28, so he's got a couple years left on him there. And also, I'm check on Dylan Bundy. Dylan Bundy's 27 as well, so they got two pretty young pitchers. If they can both become stride into better players, that's great. I think that the Angels made a good choice there. I think the Angels have a pretty good way of making their younger players better. I think that they definitely do. But Anthony Rendon's a bit older. He is actually 29, so just 1 year older than Julio Teheran and 2 years older than Dylan Bundy, but still in his late 20s. So let's hop into his stats. Speaking of Anthony Rendon, we'll just hop right into his stats. Last season, he had 145 at-bats, 117 runs, 174 hits, 126 RBIs, 80 base on balls, 34 home runs, 86 strikeouts, 319 average, with a 4.12 on base percentage. Excuse me, sorry, a .412 on base percentage. This is excellent. I think that his stats are phenomenal. Not to mention his defense. He's a vacuum over there at third base. I think he might be the second best defensive third baseman in the game, but I think in offense, I think he is definitely the best. With the Nationals last season, of course, he just signed for the Angels, but he had 145 at-bats. So that's in the National League, but without the pitcher hitting, I think that he's going to get around the order more, get more at-bats, maybe hit a few more home runs. But 34 home runs, that is really, really good. I think that if he gave you 20 home runs, I think that would be good. But 34, I think, is just through everybody's expectations. His strikeouts, though, I mean, he's almost got more walks than he has strikeouts. So he's got a great eye, in my opinion. He's got a 319 average, which is phenomenal. A 4.412 on base percentage. So that's also really, really good. He's just a great overall player. He's stolen a few bags last season. He did really well for the Nationals in the postseason, so he's a pretty clutch hitter as well. I think that he's going to be really great with the Angels, and I hope for the best for them. That's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy, please leave the like button. If you like all my videos, please subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments down below. If you didn't see my previous video, the White Sox, you can check it up here. So please enjoy. Thank you. Bye.